keep coming back because I feel like I've yet to execute the best I can or just give this course and this race the best of myself, the best of what I think I could do here. I've come here twice now. I've had some bad luck, some bad equipment luck out there, but maybe that's part of it. And that's why I think people keep coming back. It is such a tough course, such tough environmental potentials out here between the wind, rain, mud, the sharp rocks. I mean, I keep saying I want to come back to this race and get through it unscathed, but who knows if that's even possible. That's what's part of this event. Such a crazy race. It's so long. That's what draws me back as well. It's a long day out there. I'm doing the 200-miler again for my third time, and the distance is what excites me, but that long out on a bike, you're bound to come up against problems and troubles, whatever they may be. Yeah, it's this journey of overcoming those and trying to get to that finish line as quick as you can. Success this year to me, it's crazy. It looks and feels a lot different than the last 2 years. I think I'm here trying to perform the absolute best I can, but I'm also coming at it this year, I think, with a different mindset in hopes that will create the day that I hope to have. I'm coming into the race this year with no expectations, no I need to do this. It's I get to do this, and whatever the day brings, I want to be happy with the experience I've had, and that'll be a success. I'm not coming into tomorrow saying I need to get through this race unscathed so I can show what I can do out here. Again, I don't know that that's possible. There's going to be issues out there. So I don't want to set that expectation, because the second something happens, then it's ruined. It's like, oh, here we go again. Something happened. It's like, no, it's going to happen. It's fine. I'm going to get through it, and I'm going to have an amazing day out here for 200 miles. I just want to enjoy the entire day. That's what success would look like for me.
First hour of racing of our elite women here in UnBound, and we've already seen a crash.
There were actually a couple early on crashes. I got caught up in one pretty early, only 7 or 8 miles in.
But that's just this racing right here, is you get a little bit of a lull and something like that happens when you're not expecting it. Right here on course mile 63, headed towards checkpoint 1 in Alma, all together.
In the history of UnBound, I can't ever remember a group of women this big rolling into the first checkpoint together.
You know, it's because it's never happened.
leaving Alma, aid station 1 around mile 70, still in that big group, and then I think as the heat came of the day, it definitely started to warm up. We started to get into some of the rollers out there. People kind of started just dwindling off the groups. You'd look around and it had been 20, and then I think it was down to 15. At one point, Lauren DiCrescenzo got off the front and had a good gap. I think she got up to like a couple minutes. She was wearing a bright red kit, so we could still see her like across turns or through the farmlands. And we're like, okay, Lauren's still there, Lauren's still there. And then at one point, someone was finally like, we need to reel her back. Like, let's work together to get back up to her. And we finally got back up to her, so that there wasn't just someone off the front. But I think at that point, again, the group had dwindled down even more by then.
We had Lauren DiCrescenzo up by 50 seconds. So at one point that was up to 3 minutes, and that's down to less than a minute now. And more importantly, the Chase women's pack can see her. So you have 11 women working together.
Man, have we ever got a star-studded field here. As we head up this hill and get ready to make the turn to drop down into that infamous Little Egypt climb. So now one of the best things we're seeing here today, we're seeing a women's race. Now we just caught back up with the lead women, and looks like we've got a good group together here.
Thank you guys.
Get it, Heather. Go, baby. 52 miles in, I believe, and hey, we're still in the game. Heather is in the lead group, and I think she was first out of the cruise station. So yeah, now, I mean, game is on, and I'm nervous as hell because until we get to the finish line, we're not at the finish line.
I made a point to like really get in and out of that second one as fast as I could. And Caroline, another canyon rider, and I were the first two out. We got out of there pretty quick. Again, big thanks to the canyon crew. And we had a little bit of a gap for a bit, but the group that we had been with of like the 10 women or so kind of crawled back. So we were back to that group of, I think it was 10 then, 9 or 10. So the group whittled down to 9 of us in the final probably 30 miles to go. And the whole time I'm just saying to myself, is this gonna be a sprint finish? Like, that is my worst nightmare. My sprint is not much faster than my like Ironman pace. So I kind of was waiting thinking that people were gonna attack, and then I'm like, I should attack or do something. I don't want it to come down to that. And it was weird because like people stopped doing work, people were sitting up, people would pull through but then sit up, and it was just that cat and mouse game of cycling where it's like no one wants to go to the front, no one wants to do work. I think there were just too many women in the group that no one was gonna get away necessarily.
Set a blistering pace.
So no one was really getting any sort of space in that final section. And by then we're down to 15, down to 10 miles to go.
This is the group we're taking to the finish line. What are we gonna have here today? A sprint finish?
There's one final hill climb a mile out from the finish, right by the university. It's in the course every year. So I knew that hill was going to come into play. So I'm like, maybe like if we attack there, we'll drop at least another couple, or I don't know, get over that fast and spread things out. But everyone went as hard as they could up that hill, and it's literally just, not even a mile, half mile from here, and then you make a right corner and then a left down into the finish chute, and everyone was still kind of right there, and it's just this long straight stretch towards that finish line banner.
Who's gonna be our 2024 lifetime UnBound travel champion? Looks like they are around the turn. They are approaching the finish straightaway. All riders are together. Ladies and gentlemen, make a little noise. The biggest field sprint in Emporia about to break down. I'm gonna give this to you, Lena. Bring it home. UnBound Emporia. This is a 9-up sprint. 9-up sprint. Who will take it to the finish line? It looks like Northern Thunder takes this win.
I was happy, just to be perfectly honest, not to get last of the 9. Not that it matters at that point. I think, honestly, in my mind, the last 10 miles, I'm like, this was already a win. This day for our group of women that rode together and to have our own race, that experience and that bike racing dynamic for that long of a day, and such a good group working together and riding together, and yeah, it was really cool. That's the first time in gravel racing for me that I've been with a women's field racing. We're racing each other. It's not affected by other dynamics like the men's race or the age group race coming from behind. Like, it was just us racing each other, and it was really cool. I think it's still sinking in. This was the UnBound that I believe deep down I could have. I just wanted an unscathed equipment day where I could show the work I put in on the bike every day. All of the 4 a.m. wake-up calls to be on the shootout group ride in Tucson on Saturdays, all the Mount Lemon climbs and interval efforts, and just all the work, which it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't guarantee you anything. Just because everyone works hard, just because you put the work in doesn't mean you're going to get a result. But to still believe that you can put that work in and a day can come together, it just makes everything so worth it. The journey every day for me is worth it. I get to do this. I get to be out there training hard. I love it. That's all I want to be doing. But then to have a race result, or not even the result, just the race itself come together in that experience that I got to have yesterday, was made the last 6 months, and all the training and the hard work just, it makes it okay, you put that work in, you can be up there with those women, you can do this. 5th, it didn't even matter, really. I was in that group, I was in that chute with those top front women, and that was, that was everything.
And you'll be hearing this a lot today. The elite women set a new course record.